At forward, number 18, Parker Gorlitz. At forward, number 9, Wendell Faulkner. And starting at center for the Predators, number 10, Tyson Southshider. The Woodbury Predators are coached by Justin Onstad. And now the starters for today's home team, the Minnetonka Skippers, starting at goal number 39, Cooper. Starting on defense, number 4, Charlie Hosing. On defense, number 8, Max Aldred. At forward, number 77, Leighton Dewing. At forward, number 10, Dean Stevens. And starting at center for the Skippers, number 98, Colton Jack. Now let's welcome the rest of the Skippers. The Skippers are coached by Thomas Gibson. We now ask that you please rise, remove your caps, of the Star Spangled Banner.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cullen Hockey Center here in beautiful Moorhead, Minnesota. And we got a treat on tap for you today. Battle for the Blue Hawks Bantam AA quarterfinal action. The Minnetonka Skippers taking on the Woodbury Predators. The Skippers, wearing a very fetching combination of white and blue, will be moving from left to right on your screen for the first period. The Woodbury Predators wearing royal blue, or is that navy? Justin, is that royal blue or navy? A shrug. Shrug blue, new color, moving from right to left on your screen. We're certainly grateful to have you here with us today. It should be a dandy between the Skippers and the Predators. A trip to the semifinals on the line for these two teams. Play is officially underway. Long pass. That's going to end up being icing. We play 15-minute periods here at the Blue Hawks. Good time to tell you how these teams got here today. Minnetonka 2-0, considering it's bracket play. They better be 2-0. A 13-0 win over Minot and a 7-0 win over Matamidi. The Skippers are led by number 10, Dean Stevens, with 6 goals and 9 points. You'll hear that name quite a bit today. Number 77, Leighton Dewing, and number 6, Michael Eggert, along with number 71, Will Stinson, each have 5 points, and number 98, Colton Nash, has 2 goals and 4 points. Woodbury also 2-0 entering today's game, a 5-2 win over Mankato and an 8-0 win over Bismarck. The leading scorer for the Predators is number 7, C.J. Dornfeld, followed by number 10, Tyson Southshider. Those two both have 5 points apiece. Logan Petronic. We're going to get it right eventually. Petronic with 4 assists, just behind Southshider and Dornfeld, and Charlie Pohl also with 4 total points. We are very much underway here in the opening period. Skippers, Predators. Longtime followers of Youth Hockey Hub have certainly heard those two mascots match together in tournament play. In fact, these two associations just went head-to-head in the Big Pumpkin Pee Wee AA Championship. The Skippers came out on top of that one in overtime. A goal by Gavin Odom, which is sure to live on the internet forever. Face-off just outside the Woodbury end. Bull dumps it in from the neutral zone. Petronic It's taken away now. Cuchamilio centering pass, intercepted, taken away. Stinson on the backhand near the blue line. Little saucer pass picked out of the air by Cuchamilio. Cuchamilio to the blue line. Now over to Bull. That hops his stick. A frazzled Skipper offense. Bobbles the puck. Here's Gerard. Centering try. It goes off his shin pad and in. Woodbury takes a 1-0 lead on an unfortunate bounce for the Skippers. With 13:48 to go in the first, it's 1-0 Woodbury. So the goal is going to go to John Gerard. And we will see who ends up with the assist on that one. Could end up being unassisted. It'll be Gerard unassisted to open the scoring. And here's a 3-on-2 chance if they hurry. Kostelic. A little bit of a lob pass there. Like a mishit pitching wedge. It rolled right off his stick. Through the neutral zone. Rotating back now is Max Sau. Sau launches it. Ooh, that's nearly picked off out of the air by Jimmy Miller. Miller sends it toward the net. Snatched out of the air by Corona, who hangs on. Jimmy Miller, one of several first years on this Woodbury Bantam AA team. He's also the 94th Miller to come through the Woodbury program. Just kidding. I think he's the third or the fourth. Older brothers Ben and Tommy. Ben, a wonderful career with the Hill Murray Pioneers. Tommy, current Hill Murray player. And Jimmy might be bigger than both of them combined. Doing down the left-hand side, into the middle for Nash. Nash, another super talented first year playing his first season of Bantam hockey here after lighting it up at the Pee Wee AA level, winning a state title last season. Right here in this building, Nash to Doing. His shot goes off a shin pad and into the netting above the glass. A little pushing and shoving there after the whistle. Dean Stevens took offense to Parker Gorlitz crowding his space, gives him a shove. Gorlitz shoves back, and that's what you like to see. Nobody goes to the box. Nothing wrong with a little pushing and shoving on a Saturday afternoon here in Moorhead. Gorlitz off the wall. Who's going to win the race here? Fogner wraps it behind the Minnetonka net. Puck pinned along the boards now into the corner. Nash steps down. Aldrich. Nash rings it along the boards. Unable to hold it in. Woodbury will have to retreat into the neutral zone. That pass picked off by Stevens. Stevens and Doing 2-on-2. Stevens rips a shot. That goes just high. Gorlitz gathers up the loose puck, banks it off the wall. A 3-on-2 if they hurry. Salscheider, can they stay onside? They cannot. Well, the Predators unable to stay onside. We'll have the face-off just outside the Minnetonka end. Dornfeld will take the draw. Yet another first year, a super athlete. CJ considered one of the top baseball players in the country for his age group. I believe he also plays football. I'd wager he's a pretty darn good football player as well. D to D at the blue line, into the middle. Passing seeming to be a slight issue for both teams here. Pass is not exactly finding the tape. Pole shakes off what could have been a tackle. Stopped by Corona. Corona throws a glove on top and freezes. The face-off to the left of the towering Cooper Corona. Second-year Bantam netminder. He backstopped the Skippers to a Bantam AA state tournament appearance last season. Playing his way through a flu bug that reared its ugly head at the worst possible moment. Launched from the blue line, bouncing puck. Swept into the corner. Kirk and Sal go shoulder to shoulder. It's taken away by the Skippers. Down the right-hand side now, Caleb Schultz off the wall. Down below the goal line, Hayden Rose. Sends it up to the blue line, held in momentarily by Sau. He'll kick it forward. He goes down. It's backhanded. It still can't get out. Finally, it gets out. Boy. If that sequence were a movie, it'd get a 1% from Rotten Tomatoes. Miller picks it off. Ladles it in front. There's a shot and a glove save by Corona. Right now, the goal by John Gerard, the difference, 1-0 Woodbury with 10:59 to go in the opening period. Face off to the right of Corona. Puck rolling around, Doing, little miscommunication there between Doing and the Minnetonka defender. Nobody got the puck, so Woodbury will hold the zone. Ladled below the goal line, going after it, Charlie Hosey. Trying to get it to Aldrich, bouncing puck. Here's a chance for Gorlitz. He turns and fires, and another save by Corona. Have yet another face-off in the Woodbury zone. Fogner wins it back. There's a shot from the top of the circle. That's blocked. Never got there. Petarski to Gorlitz. Loose puck in the middle. Salscheider goes stick on stick with Nash. Nash will carry it ahead. Nash down the right-hand side. Puts on the brakes, looking for an option. Back door, and they score! What a play! Colton Nash puts on the brakes, sends it across, and Jack Breen knows what to do with that one. We're all tied up at 1. Nash scoops up a loose puck in the neutral zone, blitzes down the right-hand side, throws on the brakes, sends it across, and nobody's home to get a stick on Jack Breen. Breen from Nash. We're all knotted up. We'll see if there's a secondary assist on that one. I doubt it. But then again, I'm an idiot. Dumped in from the red line, goes behind the Minnetonka net, stopped by Corona. Hosey steers it away from Gerard. It'll be Breen from Nash, no second assist. I should have just trusted my gut on that one. Face off to the left of Corona. Everybody lined up and ready to go. Shoved forward. That's what Dornfeld can do. He's so strong. He just pushes the Minnetonka center out of the way. But the puck ends up with the Skippers nonetheless. Stinson bumped into the wall by Petronik. Centering try. Stopped by Sebahart. Dornfeld pins Cuchamilio up against the boards, into the middle, shot and a goal! The puck finds Aldrich in the high slot. He lets it go. Not sure Sebahar saw it at all. Minnetonka takes a 2-1 lead. Coming out of my cage, indeed. 40 seconds apart, Minnetonka scores twice. We'll see who gets the assist on that one. And Dornfeld shrugged his shoulders at one point in that zone. I think he was looking for a bit of a holding call there with Cuchamilio. Oh, Aldrich from Stinson, the official call. We'll see if Minnetonka can add to its lead. Off the glass, bounces off a referee. Corona, Rose, and Schultz, the forward line at the moment for the Skippers. Aiden Kirk sends it across to Miller. Miller hoping to get it to Kastelik. Kastelik running a bit of a go route there. The puck intercepted and turned away. Into the middle, a 3-on-2. If they hurry, they do not. Rose sends the puck into the corner. Ryan battling with Schultz. Schultz a little chop in the lower back. 8:45 to go in the opening period. We will have a Zamboni break after the first, and then we'll play the second and third without any interruptions. Colton Nash. Long pass to Stevens. Stevens, he's got more space than he'll ever need. Dean Stevens in the backhand, he scores. Oh, he makes it look easy. Almost a skate in the park for Dean Stevens as he goes forehand, backhand, it's in. Minnetonka leads at 3-1. Will Woodbury call a timeout here? Nope. We will not call a timeout. We will simply turn our palms to the sky. With 8:30 to go in the opening period, Minnetonka has asserted its dominance. 3-1 Skippers. So Stevens from Nash, we'll see if there's a second assist, but right now, Skippers, to use an overworked metaphor, driving the boat right now. It'll be Stevens from Nash. Dean Stevens drawing some shoves from not one, not two, but three Predators, and the referee is holding the back of his jersey. Oh, boy. Giving up 3 goals in less than 2 minutes would make anyone testy as the Skippers win the draw in the offensive zone. Stevens toward the net. Sebahar bumps it into the corner. Dornfeld pops the puck past Dewing. He gets it up to Gerard. Gerard's got the lone goal so far. Gerard over the red, over the blue. Chased down by Nash. That play will not go into game sheet. It won't end up on a score sheet. But that play right there illustrates Colton Nash and his effectiveness, the back-checking from Colton Nash. He can pass, he can shoot, he can do all that stuff that ends up on a highlight reel, but the back check there to disrupt whatever Woodbury was trying to do, that is the mark of a complete hockey player. As the Skippers go offside. I love back-checking. You're going to have to do it sooner or later. You might as well learn how to do it in youth hockey. Play resumes here at the Cullen Hockey Center here in Moorhead, Minnesota. Tousenant, very French. Stinson's got it now. Stinson working his way through the middle. The puck bounces off a skate. And still ends up with Stinson, who gives it to Cuchamilio. Cuchamilio, not quite sure what the Woodbury defender there was trying to do. He looked like he was going for a body check and then stopped short because he didn't want to level him into the boards from behind. So ends up going back to back as Cuchamilio chases Sikic. Sikic rubbed out along the boards by Cuchamilio. Sow holds the zone. Eggert wraps it around. Sikic intercepts it. Cuchamilio hammers Sikic into the board for a second time. Cuchamilio, juicy rebound in front. Bull opts to play responsibly and doesn't drop down from the blue line. Good play there as his defensive partner was going off for a change. Oh! If it were offside by an inch. Breen can't believe it. 6:34 to go in the opening period. Minnetonka with, I don't know if you can call it 2-goal lead demanding, but commanding 3-1 lead. Justin, our senior executive producer and vice president of content enterprises, trying to show me something on his cell phone. I'm assuming it's somebody pooping on my play-by-play abilities. Somebody saying something nice? Is it my mom? My mom believes in everything I do. The winner of this quarterfinal will end up playing the winner, of East Grand Forks and Stillwater, who battled it out last night. Boy, that was a heck of a game. It had everything. It had big hits. It had near-parent expulsions. It had an injury. And it also had Stillwater squeaking out a win over the resurgent Hounds as Bull bangs a Predator into the wall. Wow, these guys think they're in the null already. And considering the lineage of the Bull family, I wouldn't pick a fight with any of them. I'm not quite sure if it's a son or a nephew or a cousin or what have you, but Bull could be referring to the Bull who played for the University of Denver, winning a national championship in the early 2000s. We use our research department to figure out what his name is. I feel horrible considering he was nice enough to give me 30 minutes of his time for a story a couple of years back. I can't remember his ding-dang first name. Shot from the point, Petarski never got there. Ryan steps down from the blue line. Pole will take over for him. So one Predator, one skipper will sit down. Coincidental minors. Stevens, one of those signature spinorama kind of blind passes, gets picked off by Gerard, but the Predators unable to force the puck through. Eventually they do. Pole shoots. Glove save by Corona. Max Bull, the Faribault, Minnesota native who played on that University of Denver team. Bit of a late change there for Minnetonka as Sal and Tuzana are pulled off the ice in favor of Bull and Breen. As the puck is launched off the glass, Petronik spinning away. Boy, he's been using that spinorama escape move since he was a squirt. An excellent skater. In the corner, Eggert picks it up, tosses it over to Breen. Breen, Stinson flying down the right side, hoping for a long outlet pass. The puck bobbles through his skates. Petronik wisely keeps his eye on Stinson instead of chasing the puck. At the top of the circle, Stinson. His neck guard has come apart. You know what would fix that? A Titan Battle Gear neck guard, because it doesn't have any Velcro, so you don't have to worry about it falling off. Brought to you by Titan Battle Gear. They are currently in the lobby of the Cullen Hockey Center if you'd like to make that change mid-period. Oh, that's from behind. That'll go well. Jocelyn Cookson would also like to remind people that you can buy Moorhead sweatshirts in the Cullen Hockey Center as well. If you happen to love what Moorhead does, which we all do. Fun story, Aaron Hurt, the current arena manager, showed up on Friday morning. And you'd think to yourself, there's nothing weird about that. He's the arena manager. Why isn't he there all the time? Well, he showed up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And when I asked him, Aaron, why'd you show up at 4 o'clock in the morning? He said he was so excited about the Blue Ox kicking off. He couldn't sleep. He rolled out of bed and came on down to the Cullen Hockey Center. And who toddled in at 5:30 in the morning? The man whose name is on this sheet of ice, Mr. Dennis Bushy, who, although he has been a couple of years retired from being the rink manager here at the Cullen Hockey Center, showed up at 5:30 in the morning with his beloved Spud, a Labrador, who sometimes goes on the ice while he's Zamboniing. Aldrich to Stevens, looking for doing in the slot. Minnetonka on the power play. Dornfeld avoids a 2 and a 10 and will simply sit 2 minutes, I believe, for cross-checking. Stevens to Nash. Nash can't get the shot away. Aldrich at the point gives it back to Nash. Nash over to Stevens. Stevens from the dot blocker, saved by Sebahar. Stinson battling with Ryan. Stevens picks it out of his skates. Stevens to Nash. Nash back to Stevens on the back door. Big save by Sebahar. A second try. The goal is waved off. Stevens lobbying his case that the puck went over the line, but Sebahar very fortunate that the net came off. Gosh, it must have been a microsecond before that puck went over the line. Woodbury, the rare Bantam AA team that carries only one netminder. Jacob Sebahar, in the event of an injury or illness or anything that precludes Jacob from joining the team, I'm assuming they would pull somebody up from the Bantam A squad. Shot from the dot, that goes way wide. Rose at the blue line, offers it up. Comes back to Rose. Rose to the point. Hosey. Hosey back to Rose, who catches it neatly off his skate. Rose back to Hosey. Let's see if he goes back to Rose. Nope, he'll shoot it. Goes off the stick into the white netting. And PP1 will go back out onto the ice after a 10-second breather. Little Uptown Girl reverberating through the Bushy rink. Nobody goes harder than Billy Joel, man, I tell you. Aldrich down to Stevens. Stevens, he's got Stinson in the middle. Will Stinson wants to unleash a one-timer. Stevens catches from the dot, shoots, blocker save into the white netting. Skippers win the draw. Nash rotates out from the corner. He switched places with Dean Stevens. Stevens back to Nash. Nash launches it and he scores! Oh, the entire power play spent in the Woodbury zone. And if you give Colton Nash and Dean Stevens 2 full minutes in your zone, chances are you're going to end up giving up a goal. Nash from Stevens. The previous goal was Stevens from Nash. How do you like that? Minnetonka's lead is now 4-1 with just over 2 minutes to go in the first period, and Woodbury clamoring for a trip to the locker room. 3 coaches on the bench. Hopefully all 3 have grease boards. Max Aldrich will also pick up an assist there on the power play goal. Pohl. He's got Kirk going to the net. Kirk now tied up with Bull. Pohl goes down. Rose bumped into the wall by Pohl. Now to the blue line. Snapped back around by Petronic. Puck hung up in the corner. Schultz off the wall. The puck knuckling its way down, so it will not go for icing. And Minnetonka able to pull off the 5-player swing. 5 fresh bodies on the ice. Puck gets taken away. Stinson creates a little space for himself, launches it, trying to go for that far side. Low glove, it goes wide. Stinson behind the net. He's got a man in front. Just for a second. Boy, Eggert was wide open before Charlie Pohl drifted with him into the slot. Eggert into the corner for Stinson. Tuzano sends it over to Sau. Sau gives it to Eggert. Eggert plucked out of the air by Stinson. Cuchamilio in the corner. He bumps Kirk. Tuzano bobbles the puck. He'll simply knife it back down on the backhand. Great play there by Eggert. Eggert loses the puck, but Woodbury won't get out anything out of intercepting it in the D zone. Puck sent down off the wall. 15 seconds to go in the first. Off the boards, Gorlitz. Stopped by Hosey. Salscheider at the blue line. He's knocked down by Eggert. And that'll do it for the first period. So an early goal from the Predators, but from the 10:21, with 10:21 to go in the first period, Minnetonka has ripped off 4 consecutive goals. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will be back in about 10 minutes after a quick Zamboni break. We hope you're enjoying Blue Ox action here on Youth Hockey Hub.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem. But we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all. Shoot.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bushy Rink here at the Cullen Hockey Center in beautiful Moorhead, Minnesota. Our game continues after a Zamboni break. Maybe the fresh ice will wipe away some of those bad memories of the first period. To get you up to speed, Woodbury went up 1-0 just over a minute into the game. 3 minutes later, Jack Breen started the scoring for Minnetonka, and now Woodbury is going to go on the power play. We'll finish our scoring summary here first with 10:21 to go in the first period. Jack Breen scores for Minnetonka with 9:41 to go in the first. Max Aldrich with 8:30 to go in the first. Dean Stevenson with 2:09 to go in the first. Colton Nash. So 4 different players over the span of 8 minutes score to put Minnetonka ahead. Colton Nash wins the faceoff. Nash and Stevens. Nash, Stevens, Hosey, and Aldrich. The penalty killing unit out on the ice. Gorlitz along the half wall gives it up to Ryan. Ryan back to Petronik. Down the line, centering try, goes off the back of the net. Gorlitz gathers it up. Gorlitz to Petronik. Petronik all the way across, just out of reach for Logan Ryan. Ryan chases it down. Gorlitz still has it, waiting for his comrades to join him in the offensive zone. Ryan plays it down low. It's loose in front. It goes off a skate, and Minnetonka able to clear. Stevens and Hosey go for a change. Nash and Aldrich stay on the ice. Petronik tried to drop it for Gorlitz. It comes out. Woodbury will have to retreat into the neutral zone. Gorlitz carries it ahead. Muscles the puck behind the net. Pull to Sikic. Off the wall. Fogner's got it. Pokes away. Pull. It'll go down for a tripping. So Woodbury will have a 5-on-3 for 31 seconds here. If there were ever a time to get back into the game, this would be it, gentlemen. Face-off down will be 5-on-3 for about 30 seconds here. Gerard at the dot, all the way across Dornfeld. Fans on the pass, Dornfeld plays it low to Miller. Miller to Gerard. Dornfeld, Salscheider, and Miller. The forwards here on the power play unit all were just peewees a year ago. Minnetonka now one skater short. Eggert, Sikic is going to catch up to him, but Eggert launches a shot anyway, and he scores! Oh, boy. Well, the shorthanded goal for the Skippers makes it 5-1 with 12:25 to go in the period. Charlie Hosey on the assist, but it's early. 12:06 to go in the second and a full 15 minutes to go in the third, but hopefully it's not a backbreaker for Woodbury. And Predator faithful imploring the Preds to pick it up. Petronik skates it himself. Gets rubbed out along the boards by Tuzanol. The Minnetonka bench loves it. Tuzinal, one of the smallest players on the ice, and he just earned a takeout with that one. Petronik out the top of the circle. Down low. It's caught. Gorlitz in front. But Corona gets a stick on it and deflects it out of the zone. Petronik in front. Tuzinal with the stick lift. Eliminates Pohl. Pohl knocked down in front of the net. Big boy hockey here, shoulder to shoulder in front. You want to stand in front of the net, be prepared to take a little bit of punishment. Schultz sends it off the boards. It's going to get all the way down. So 9 seconds to go in the Woodbury power play. Final seconds tick off. We're back to 5-a-side hockey here as Sow bumped into the wall by Kirk. Ryan gathers up the loose puck. Off the wall, Miller taps it and holds. For Kostelic. Kostelic. It gets rung around. Into the middle. Who's going to win the race? Dean Stevens. Stevens, he's got Nash in front. Stevens tries to backhand it to him. Didn't get enough on it. Nash. The bobbling puck ends up in the neutral zone. Sow. Over to Breen. Breen. Into the middle. Doing. Catches it on his forehand. Somehow shifts it to his backhand and then back to his forehand. Doing. Glides by Sikic. Doing all the way across looking for Stevens. Stevens gathers it up off the boards. Offers it up. Shot from the top. Too high. Face off in the Woodbury end. Corona will take the draw for the Skippers. Dornfeld wins the faceoff. Not sure what his faceoff win percentage is. It's got to be pretty good. Headman pass up to Dornfeld. Dornfeld over the blue line. Backhand pass. Oh, and a little slingshot action by Girard. It goes high. Girard in front for Dornfeld. It's in his skates. Rose plays it into the white netting. The face-off in the Minnetonka end, 9:49 to go in the second period. We'll have a handful more broadcasts for you today on YHH. In front, Dornfeld too high. Oh, he wanted that one. They all wanted that one. And Minnetonka will change it up here. Eggert, Stinson, and Cuchamilio. Woodbury setting up shop in the offensive zone here. Pohl being chased by Cuchamilio. Pohl to Girard. Girard shoots. It goes into the corner. Pohl. Hosey backhands it into the neutral zone. Sikic has it taken away by Stinson. Stinson looking for the middle. He got it to Cuchamilio, who stood up in the slot. Doesn't go down, but loses the puck. Eggert knocks down Sikic. Boy, Henrik Sikic has taken 3 or 4 big hits today. He's gotten up after every one of them. And here come the Skippers. Hosey joining the rush. That's poked away neatly at the blue line by Petronik. Stinson makes 1 move, makes 2 moves, loses the puck. Dornfeld overtaken by Cuchamilio, but he gets it to Petronik. Gorlitz is onside. Petronik goes down. Now Salscheider into the middle. Kicked ahead. Blocker save. Still bouncing around. Stinson in a foot race. A nice play there by Ryan to keep him from getting to that puck. Salscheider into the middle, poked away. Fogner. Saucer pass, picked out of the air by Sal, in front for Salscheider. That one goes just high. Ugh. Into the middle, Fogner gets it off, and that one goes high. I don't know if they need stiffer sticks or what, but that's 3 times now. And Woodbury's had a chance in the slot with time to shoot, and the puck has gone high or wide. On the plus side, Woodbury has spent an inordinate amount of time in the Minnetonka zone. You get the feeling that they might pop one in here.
Said you needed to give me something to take to MS.
7:11 to go in the second period here. 5-1 Minnetonka, but Woodbury pressuring. Kirk will take the draw for the Predators. Face off down. Skippers win the draw. Sikic pinches down from the blue line. He holds the zone. 2 Skippers, 2 Preds. Muscled up against each other. Schultz carries it into the Woodbury end. Corona lurking in the slot. Kirk bumps Schultz into the wall. It's held up. Referees letting them fight it out. Sikic and Breen shoulder to shoulder. And eventually the puck comes free. Sikic, pass up to Miller. Miller's pass into the middle, picked off by Rose. All the way ahead to Schultz now. Schultz launches when it goes off Sebahar's glove. It's loose. Corona couldn't get a stick on it. Hosey. Boy, a more sensitive official might have called Minnetonka for unsportsmanlike conduct. Considering the earful that a Woodbury player just caught from the Minnetonka bench. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the second. Rose up to Corona. Paul with a chance. His shot stopped by Corona. Dornfeld trying to get a shot off. It's still loose. They just can't seem to get enough on it to force a scoring chance. Dornfeld tries a centering pass. That goes off a skate into the corner. A violent clearance attempt takes a violent hop off the glass and goes all the way down for an icing. Right now, looking at the benches, it appears that Woodbury has 7 reserves on the bench, where Minnetonka has 10, now 10-7. What is 10-7? But that's 3 extra players that Minnetonka can roll out there to chew some clock off the board, or maybe even pop in a goal. And Woodbury just doesn't have those extra bodies that can give their top guys a rest. This is a 3-on-2 here for Minnetonka. Eggert, Cucciamillo, and Stinson. Cucciamillo's got it. Cucciamillo launches. Stick saved by Sebahar. Goes into the corner. Loose puck. Pole's got it. Pole being chased by Cucciamillo. Cucciamillo Stinson drops it. Pohl going after it. Pohl shakes off Aldrich. Slithers the puck down below the goal line. Now it ends up with Aldrich again. Salscheider's got it. He picks it off. Salscheider from below the dot. He shoots. Big rebound in front, and they don't get a shot off. And now Stinson is going to go to the box. Not sure that's going to be 10. I think that was an unfortunate timing. Stinson will sit 2 minutes. So Woodbury will go back on the power play here. Gorlitz will take the face-off. Petronik up to the top. Ryan launches. It's loose in front. Did it not go in initially? Off the post and covered up by Corona. Now Woodbury pressuring. Into the corner now. 3:55 to go in the second. 1:40 to go in the power play for Woodbury, but here come Nash and Stevens into the middle. Stevens chips it ahead. Nash has got it now, and Nash, boy, what a heady play there. He looks up, realizes that all 5 Predators have come back to the defensive zone. 5 players coming back to take care of 2. There's nobody home, so Nash whips the puck out of the zone and all the way down. Petronik into the middle, stopped by Sow. Pohl's got it in the corner. Now to Ryan. Ryan works into the middle. His pass picked off by Stevens. Stevens dives at it, can't clear. Petronik. Nash and Stevens at the top of that penalty kill, just as dangerous with the man disadvantage as they are 5-on-5. Fogner in the corner now. Fogner, he's got Ryan, opts not to use him. He gives it to Gorlitz. Gorlitz, a little give and go. It's loose in front. Put it in. Woodbury still trying. Petronik goes down of his own volition, and Stevens clears. Sikic. "20 seconds to go now. The puck comes up. The puck comes up into the bleachers, and it looks like some lucky fan is going to go home with a souvenir. I think they threw it back onto the ice. Well, that's a bummer. We got a box of them. Take it home. Take it home. Girard at the blue line. 10 seconds to go. Petronik shoots. Puck comes back to Petronik. Sikic down to Dornfeld. Dornfeld tries a shot from the half wall. It's stopped and the whistle blows. 2:10 to go in the second. Power play is officially over. Dornfeld will take the face-off. Petronik sends it. It goes off the crossbar. Stinson manages to hang on to it, makes one move. He still has the puck. Stinson works his way in. It's loose. Who's going to put it in? Nobody's going to put it in. Now Stinson and Dornfeld are both going to sit. Take both or just one? Oh, we're only going to take one out of the little kerfuffle between Dornfeld and Stinson. Well, interesting. Stevens will take the draw as Minnetonka ends up on the power play with 1:47 to go in the second. Stevens pulls it out of a pair of skates. It's poked away by Jimmy Miller. Miller cutting in front. Boy, and Jimmy Miller, he wanted that puck. I have no idea what just happened there. That is what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. As Stevens whips it across and they score. Oh, when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. That'll be Stevens to Nash yet again. And I know people might be tired of me talking about Dean Stevens, but I'd like to point out a play that also won't go on the game sheet. After that instance with Jimmy Miller, Miller went off to the bench. Another Woodbury player hopped on, and Stevens, instead of immediately trying to get back into the offensive zone, hung out in the neutral zone to see where the Woodbury player went, eliminating any sort of breakaway chance. I don't know, man. Some people were born to play hockey. Dean Stevens might have been born to play hockey. So there's a second assist on that goal. I didn't quite hear who it was, but for the moment it's Nash from Stevens yet again at 6-1. We are officially in running time here. Schultz on the half wall, sends it in front, trying to get it to Rose. Rose sandwiched between a pair of Predators. He seems to be okay. Breen skates it in. Breen puts on the brakes, tries to whip it ahead, can't do it. Pole is knocked down. Bodies flying everywhere. Cuchamilio. The puck is still on the line, and now it comes into the neutral zone, so they will retreat. Gorlitz being chased by Hosey. Gorlitz on the backhand. Gorlitz into the middle, nobody home. Cuchamilio off the wall to Eggert. Eggert whips it down. So through two periods, score 6-1 Minnetonka. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 60 seconds with period number 3.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
Play resumes here, period number 3. We are in running time. Minnetonka leading Woodbury 6-1 at the moment. As Salscheider tries a home run pass that goes off a skate. Another long pass that gets to Gorlitz, but Gorlitz has nowhere to go with it. He manages to get it to Fogner. Fogner! That goes off the knob of Corona's stick into the black netting. So in the second period, with the score 5-1, Woodbury had a couple of chances in the slot. Shots go high, shots go wide. One goes off the crossbar. You'd give or take a foot and a half of space, and Woodbury could be right here, right in this game. Right now, everything coming up Tonka. As if Minnetonka needed one more thing to just break its way. The puck somehow ends up nearly with Dean Stevens. That's picked off neatly by Woodbury. Doing. Sweeps it. Nash going after it. Petronik pokes it to Gerard. Gerard's got the lone goal so far for the Predators. Doing. The puck dumped in by the Predators. Breen. Dornfeld runs into him. Here's Nash. Nash. He's got to step on his man. Goes high, and a blocker save by Sebahar. Pole. Skating it ahead. Sow scoops up the loose puck. He goes down. He's going to draw a penalty. And Minnetonka will go back on the power play here with just over 13 minutes to play. Assuming the clock is stopped while we put the penalty up on the board. And the power play begins for the skippers. Schultz. Cuchamilio works his way in front, tries a shot. Goes off the glass. Eggert trying to spin away from Fogner. He sends it across to Rose. Rose takes 2 steps in, fires. That goes high. Eggert gathers. He's got Hosey at the blue line if he wants him. He does. Hosey, the top of the umbrella. Gives it to Eggert. Eggert shot. Blocker save. Rebound. Cuchamilio can't get a shot off. Woodbury cannot clear. Eggert wraps it around. Schultz continues it on. Rose back to Schultz. Not sure what Hayden Rose is asking for there. Schultz to the half wall. Now up to the blue line. Hosey. Hosey launches. It's blocked by Miller. Miller going after it. He just... Oh, that's 2 block shots on the penalty kill for Jimmy Miller. But when you block a shot, he's just so flat-footed he can't win a foot race, especially when somebody has a 2-foot head start. Miller causing more problems on the penalty kill. He'll go for a change. He is exhausted. Petronik. That puck is stopped by Doing. Cuchamilio. Rose. Stevens. A mixture of PP1 and PP2. Aldrich all the way across. It's out of the reach of Doing. That'll be icing. Well, the face-off will come down into the Minnetonka end. You know, the winner of this game, which at this point looks like it's going to be Minnetonka, will take on the winner of East Grand Forks and Stillwater. Boy, howdy, if you want to see a heavyweight fight, I think East Grand Forks and Stillwater, in a good way, heavyweight fight in a good way, East Grand Forks and Stillwater would be your bag. Just referred to something as somebody's bag. How old am I? Gorlitz creating a little bit of space. He's got it. Gorlitz walks in and he scores! Parker Gorlitz stops the clock with a short-handed goal. Not short-handed, but you get what I mean. Parker Gorlitz. Somebody puts it on for Woodbury. Gorlitz unassisted. The score now 6-2 Minnetonka. Long shot. That one goes just wide. Let's see if the Gorlitz goal gives Woodbury new life. Corona over the blue line, going 1-on-4 here, and Corona still somehow forces the puck below the goal line. Gets a little bit of help from Schultz to Tuzanaw. Tuzanaw down to Schultz, in front for Rose, who's covered up by Sikic. Pole has it taken away by Rose, who loses the handle, and it's cleared into the neutral zone. Tuzanaw being chased by Pole, forces it to Sow. Sow, a little breakout there. Here come the Skippers, poked away by Petronik. Back to stoppage time here. I guess not stoppage time, stop time. Stoppage time is soccer. Salscheider forces it to the blue line. Gorlitz looking for a little bit of help. He slips past Breen, and now he's going to draw a penalty. So Woodbury's going to have the man advantage. It gets to Petarski on the blue line. Petarski sends it over to Ryan. Ryan sends it down into the front for Pole. Pole shoots, and it goes wide. Petarski backs out into the neutral zone. Ryan back to Petarski. Petarski to Salscheider. Salscheider has it poked away. With 9:27 to go in the third, Woodbury will go on the power play. Nice chance here for the Predators to pop in a goal. Loose puck bouncing in front. Hosey eventually corrals it. Gets to Nash. Oh, Jack Breen will sit 2 minutes for tripping. Petronik. Nash off the wall. Stevens opts not to chase after it. Puck gets all the way down. Will be considered icing. So in the span of just a couple minutes, Parker Gorlitz scores a goal, draws a penalty. Puck down, Gorlitz. Forces it to Petronik, back to Gorlitz. Gorlitz trying to get the puck off, can't do it. Petronik takes over. Up to Ryan. Ryan rolling around the blue line. Ryan. They switch places. Ryan takes a shot into the breadbasket of Corona, who makes a save. Ryan up to Fogner. Fogner to Ryan. Fogner now at the dot. Backhands it across. It's intercepted. It's going to end up on the stick of Colton Nash. Nash and Stevens a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Nash to Stevens. Stevens off the post. Hosey holds the zone. Gorlitz along the half wall, sends it all the way across. Petronik. That's picked off by Nash, and Nash is going to walk in. He's got space. Nash launches, and a blocker save by Sebahar. Sal steps up, pokes it away. That's taken away by Stevens. Nearly caught between the legs by Nash. Sal clears it into the neutral zone. 25 seconds to go in the Woodbury power play. Penalty killing unit for Minnetonka goes for a bit of a change. Now it's Schultz and Dewing. Long pass across to Gerard. Time runs out. We're back to 5-on-5. Corona drops it for Dewing. Dewing launches. Stopped by Sebahar. Bouncing puck in front of the top of the crease. Schultz can't put it in. Dewing Schultz and Corona doing battle with it now. Doing on the backhand up to Sal. Sal launches it. Stopped by Sebahar. Doing bodies Kirk into the boards, trying to fish it out of his skates. Doing's got it now. Bull at the blue line. He's open, but it's taken away by the Predators. Gorlitz sends it in from the red line. Bull. Sal sends it across for Corona, who played it forward for Stinson. Stinson chasing after it. Petarski takes it away from Stinson. Gets it to Petronik. Petronik back to Miller. Puck's in his skates. Can't get rid of it. Eventually he does. It gets it to Dornfeld. Tuzino and Dornfeld. Goes off the stick of Corona. Stinson, headman pass. He somehow catches it and stays onside. Stinson on the backhand, and a save by Sebahar. Sebahar has come up with a couple of big stops here midway through the third period. Schultz to Tuzino. Tuzino to Hosey. Hosey up the boards. Tapped into the neutral zone by Rose, and it somehow ends up as another odd man rush from Minnetonka. Nice play by Petronik to knock it into the corner while reinforcements arrive. Sent across. Petronik from the goal line. Gorlitz waiting. He drops it off, nearly taken away, and Minnetonka is going to go back on the power play. Will it be for one call or two? Will it be for two? Will it be for a hook and a trip? No, I think it's just going to be the hook. So Minnetonka goes back on the power play with 5:20 to go in the third period. Play continues. Aldrich over to Stevens. Stevens sends it right back across looking for Nash. The puck doesn't get out. Petarski sent all the way down. It'll be icing. Doing will take the face off on the power play. Take it away, Gorlitz. Gorlitz at the red line, dumps it ahead. Aldrich to Stevens. Stevens knocked down by Fogner. Stevens, all the time in the world. At the red line, at the blue line. Goes past Fogner. Wraps it all the way around Nash. On the backhand, Petarski knocked into the boards by Doing. It ends up on the stick of Nash. To Aldrich. Aldrich walks ahead. Rebound in front. It goes off the toe. There's a chance for Stinson. It stays out. Nash shooting, going 5-hole on the rebound. Somehow it didn't go in. Sebahar with another save. Yes, please give Jacob Sebahar a round of applause. There's another shot. There's another rebound in front. Woodbury eventually clears. We've got a whistle. We have an equipment malfunction. And Sebahar will readjust his pads. Sikic. Play resumes here to Dornfeld. Minnetonka still on the power play for the moment. Hayden Rose sends it ahead. Puck rolls like a wheel to the blue line where it's taken right back by Woodbury. The final seconds will tick off. We are officially back to five-a-side hockey. Well, that's going to end up being a penalty. So Hosey will take a seat with 3:07 to go in regulation. I believe they're going to assess a 2-minute minor and a 10-minute misconduct to Hosey for checking from behind. That'll be served by Dean Stevens, earning a 2-minute break. And puck in front. Puck comes out of the zone. Petronik sends it to open ice. Gorlitz. Ryan at the blue line. Knocked into the boards by Eggert. Ryan at the top. Sends it down to Fogner. In front, looking for the back door. Rebound! Can't get the shot away. Gorlitz in front. Another centering pass. Petronik. It's still loose. Still loose, and it's peeled away from danger. It's loose again in front. That one goes off the post. Bouncing around, it still doesn't go in. Oh, Fogner comes within an inch of getting another goal for the Predators. Ryan's got it now. 1:55 to go in regulation. Down below the goal line. Gorlitz in front, still loose. How many shots has Woodbury taken from that very spot on this power play? Not enough to get a goal, apparently. A shot, there's a rebound. Oh, 3-on-2 if Woodbury hurries. Petronik, Fogner from the dot, sends it across. Nobody on the back door. Now Cuchamilio will carry. Cuchamilio stood up by Paul. Paul trying to go around Sal. Sal pokes it away and disrupts. 5 seconds to go in the power play for Woodbury. Miller. Pole goes off for a change. Looking back door just out of the reach of Dornfeld. It comes into the neutral zone. 1 minute remaining in the third period. That puck just out of reach for Miller. Icing waved off. Sow knocked into the boards by Dornfeld. Sow, I don't think, has gone down once, despite being pummeled a couple of times. In front, somebody left the back door alone. He can't get the shot in. Rose. He's got Stinson just ahead of him. It's blocked by Sikic. Sikic trying to get away from him. Up to Miller. Miller into Kurt. Kurt can't get the shot off. Miller gets a shot off. That goes wide. Rose backhands it. And Kirk is going to go to the box. Not quite sure what we're so excited about. You just took another penalty. 13 seconds to go in regulation. Tonka's going to salt this one away. Puck down, the final 10 seconds should roll off without too much going on. Tonka on the power play. Let's send a shot forward. That trickles by. There's the buzzer. So Minnetonka punches its ticket to the Bantam AA semifinals. They'll play the winner of East Grand Forks and Stillwater this evening. We've got more streams for you on youthhockeyhub.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this broadcast. Like I said, we're going to have a few more streams for you, a couple more Bantam AA quarterfinals and a couple of Bantam A semifinals. You're watching Blue Ox action on Youth Hockey Hub.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto.